Hello and welcome to the Edges of Earth. My name is Brock. Today is special because I'm in a special place. I'm in a place called Patara, Turkey. It's a tiny little ancient village, but it's special. But before I begin, I must say, if you're not 18 years old, you cannot watch this video. Back out immediately if you are not 18 years old. Warning. So, if you have children in the room, push them out. I'm in a place called Patara, Turkey. Crazy story how I got here. I had no idea I was in this special place. What's special about it? Well, this place is the birthplace of Saint Nicholas, the father of Christmas, Kris Kringle, Santa Claus. Again, I just came here just to come here. I had no idea. This and another area you will see soon is the birthplace, the living place, and the place of death of Saint Nicholas or Santa Claus. So anyway, today I'm in Patara, and this is a place that he was born. He was born here. He lived in a different place, which is part 2 of this video. He also died in a different place, which is part 3 of this video. I'm gonna try to show you what it was like to be here when he was alive. So this is one of many underground tombs in the area. This is called a necropolis, which is weird. Necro or necra means like death or dying. Metropolis means like a big city, so like a big area of excavation and death. So apparently there are a lot of bodies and stuff found here, and this was the very first one that they discovered and started digging up. I must say it is really uncomfortable walking here because I'm on the road. There's no sidewalks for humans. You basically have a car or you don't, and I clearly don't. So hopefully I don't become necro.
My God, this archway is huge. I don't see any signs about it. Maybe there's something here. So this place is huge. It's not one little place. Like this whole thing, this whole area is just loaded with relics and I'm sure stones and basically cities that are beneath our feet right now that have just been covered and buried from maybe a massive flood.
I literally have no idea where you can and cannot go. There's no signs that say stop or welcome. So I'm honestly just looking at trails in the ground to see where other people have walked. I honestly have no idea where I can and cannot go, so I'm waiting for someone to say, hey, what are you doing? Get out of there. Or like the Patara police come and tackle me. So they label this as an octagonal fountain. People went swimming in there and such, but like, I wonder what the energy source was to make a fountain. Seems kind of strange. There's a history of excavation of this area. That's pretty mind-boggling. Can you imagine solving that puzzle and trying to start with an exploded thing and put it all back together and show people what it used to look like? A couple things. My gimbal died yesterday while I was filming part 2 and part 3 of this video. I filmed that before I came here, which is weird, long story. But anyway, I came from Demre to Patara, and at my hotel, as I was eating breakfast, a man overheard my conversation. He says, oh, I'm going to the Patara area. You can ride with me. So I literally rode in his business truck rather than taking the local buses. That was awesome. He dropped me off, and then I had like a kilometer to walk. And I messaged my hotel, and I said, hey, I'm going to be there in 40 minutes or less. All of a sudden, he shows up on a motorbike and picks me up and brings me here. So kind of cool. Twice in one day, I had really nice people. So I'm hoping maybe a third person comes and says, hey, you want to ride with us?
All right, so now I'm getting a feeling of where I can and cannot go, as long as I see these signs. And it's in a fence.
As long as there's a fence and a sign to keep me out, I'm pretty good. I guess everything else is okay to enter.
It says that entry here is forbidden. That means I gotta go somehow all the way around to go to the same place.
Well, that's probably the last place I think I would have ever seen a group of snails piling up on a hot piece of steel. And there's more here. Yeah, man, that almost burns my hand. Maybe they're all dead.
You can see there's a few locals and foreigners out there. Maybe they're doing a tour. They're out milking a cow for some type of adventure, maybe? I'm not sure.
I found another road this way. On the corner is a ton of police vehicles and a police station, and everybody's looking out the window at you. There's no signs, so I'm like, can I go this way? Can I not go this way? I didn't ask them. I just kind of walked, and I'm just waiting for them to shout or something. Nope. You'd think there'd be signs, but definitely no signs. But anyway, I'm getting closer to the giant arena. Interesting, there are bullet holes right here. I don't know if you can see them. Perfect bullet holes someone was shooting. That's interesting. I did see a bullet shell casing fired in front of my hotel. My kind of people.
You can't go in there. They're excavating. They found more stuff, which I'm sure is basically I mean, I'm sure we walked on things that they haven't excavated yet. But anyway, here's the theater. Let's go inside.
So I decided to go for a walk to the top to make my body sweat even more on this incredibly hot day. Thank God I have water. So interesting to me. I can't imagine how much work it took to build this thing. Plus, go back however many hundreds or thousands of years. It said 2,000 years. They found the axe, a stone axe over there, and that was 2,000 years BC. So it gives you an idea how old this is. But it's a really cool view, I must say. Check this out.
There's like a little cave here. I don't know what it is. A dome. It's like a tunnel to get you to the other side in case your house is over there maybe thousands of years ago.
Getting down these steps are a bit interesting. They're quite steep, and the width of the step sometimes it's broken, and so you almost fall. It's a little bit intimidating. My battery is getting low on my camera. Long story with my hotel. Before I left, I didn't have time to even do anything. Oh, this is cool. This must be newer. I don't know. It's more beautiful than the old one. Looks more up to date. I don't know. I didn't read anything before I came up here, but pretty cool view up here.
Definitely can't go that way. The steps are really steep.
I'm not sure what the ship is all about back there. There's no signs. Strange. I don't know. Let's go this way to the Harbor Street. Maybe there was just like a replica of what they think the boats looked like back then. Not sure. Apparently this place was important because it connects this area to the harbor. It says, let's go this way. I think a long time ago things looked a bit different. There were earthquakes and probably water and a lot of crazy stuff happened. So I'm guessing the region just kind of appeared differently, but maybe where all the trees are, there was more water there. I'm not sure. They kind of explained it on the map, but the map wasn't all that detailed. So anyway, it's really cool to walk around and see a whole city made out of stone, whether it was carved, whether it was poured, I'm not sure. They don't really discuss architecture other than the materials used, but they don't really discuss anything else. I'm really interested in the architecture, what the official story is, that interests me the most. Now there's like a little, I don't know, forest thing across the street along the river. What the hell? Oh my god, I'm just following other people's footprints. I'm more nervous about spiders or wild boars or dogs. Ow, those things hurt. Anyway, there's like something over there. I'm trying to check it out.
Really? I gotta crawl through that?
Okay, I'm officially done.
There's a different track. Let's go this way. Yeah, this is what I was looking at. No idea what it is, but let's go.
Now I see what's poking me. These things are sharp, sharp, sharp.
Well, I think this is about as close as I'm going to get. It's really thick, and it's just tons of these things. I'm gonna start bleeding everywhere. Anyway, it's kind of cool. I don't know what it is, but hello. So this is an ancient bath. They don't know when it was built, but the cool thing about it to me is the stone construction. It's a polygonal structure, so every brick or every block has been manipulated to fit that specific spot. So either option one, they found a physical rock somewhere in this massive, massive area to fit that exact spot, or they poured it. They poured it like cement. But if they poured it like cement, why wouldn't they make all structures the same? I don't know. It's a mystery. But to me, it's interesting. I have my theories, I have my ideas, and the mainstream would definitely not accept that. God, everywhere you go, it's just ruins after ruins after ruins.
It's hard to imagine that perfect, massive, I mean, these are on the ground, but these things were probably massive structures. They've all been demolished through whatever reason, earthquakes or floods or both or something else, and years of weathering, a lot of it has settled, or they were covered with dirt from the earthquake or the floods or whatever. So it's just hard to imagine that a whole city is literally under the earth right now, and we are just seeing 1 or 2% of what literally is beneath our feet. By the way, today is 33 degrees Celsius or 91 degrees Fahrenheit. It's really hot. The beach is just over here. another kilometer, so it's super, super humid. There is literally 0 spots on my clothing that is still dry right now. I am covered in sweat.
It's just amazing to think all of these blocks, obviously they were not stacked here 2,000 years ago or whenever. It was destroyed. I mean, there was a whole city, beautiful, and then whatever destruction came just threw it all over the place. And then through excavation, they're putting them in organized rows to potentially rebuild or get an idea of what it really looked like. Maybe they can make computer models to give us an idea. I don't know, but I mean, look at this. This is just something, huh? I think it's cool. It just blows my mind just to rewind in time and be here back then would be just something. Wow, I have no idea what this is. Maybe it was another bath. No idea. Kind of cool. Maybe it was, because this is all dirt. My guess is the dirt wasn't here, because it looks like a step and there's probably more steps that go deeper. No idea. I don't know. I'm just speculating. So the beach is over there. 20 minutes maybe. I was just thinking, see that mountain? I came from the other side of that mountain, far beyond the other side of that mountain. It's been a long walk today.
I found a little tree where they like cut part of the tree off and sap just pours out and pours out and pours out. It creates this, like, you know, the snake fireworks, you light them and like, I don't know, no idea. Looks like that.
So this definitely looks like a replica. I don't know how I feel about that. I don't know. I don't like that. If that's a replica, I don't like it. I don't know why. There's another one over there. It doesn't look original, or there was one little brick that was there and then they built everything around it to recreate what it looks like, but I don't like that idea.
So I think I found the beach parking. There are a lot of cars here. So welcome to Santa Claus Beach. Tons of people here. It's really beautiful. The mountains over there. There's really cool cliffs over here. I'm just kidding, it's not Santa Claus Beach. I have no idea what the name is. It's Patara Beach, which means beach of Patara. So basically my battery's almost dead, but I read online they have these little turtle cages, and apparently they have people who watch when turtles come onto the sand, and then they put these little cages on there to prevent people from walking and disturbing where the eggs are. So apparently there's actual eggs buried under there. I want to go touch the water really quick before my battery runs out.
Oh my god, there's so many of them over there. So many little cages.
I went away from the crowd. I want to touch the water. Hopefully I don't do what Damon did a couple weeks ago in Greece. Ooh, almost. It almost got me. That is really damn warm. Oh my god. It almost got me though. But Damon. I remember. Anyway, so that's pretty much it. I'm the only man on this entire beach full of people who is wearing shoes, socks, and pants. Swear to God. Yep, I'm a loser, but that's okay. The only reason I wear these is because they have pockets. My other shorts, they don't. I need to buy new shorts that have pockets, and then I will wear shorts. In relation to Santa Claus, kind of cool to be in the place where possibly one of the most famous characters, icons in history, and here I'm at his birthplace. And very soon you're gonna see the city that he spent his whole life in, and then also his last city.
Oh, wait. Here?
So I just arrived to a place called Myra. It's in a place called
Demre?
Yeah. Okay, that's it. I'm with Umit, and basically we met at a restaurant, and he was kind enough to kind of come with me. You've never been here yet, correct?
No.
You've never been in this tiny little ancient village. This is where St. Nicholas spent a lot of his life, in this particular area, basically, that we're going to explore today. So should be fun to walk around and see what it looked like during his time. Since it's early-ish in the morning, we are going to go up first while we still have energy.
Here is a nice place in the theater where you can cool down. Very nice air conditioning here.
Yeah, correct. The walls are so thick, blocks all the sun. Correct. And if you feel this, it's not hot at all. And then you feel a nice cool breeze that comes in here. Over here, the foundation has slowly started to fall apart. This is crazy. Wow. Some serious foundation issues. What do you see?
From here, you go upstairs again.
Oh, there was a stairs. There was a stairs, but can you get up there?
Sure.
Oh, wow, you're like a mountain goat.
Here, for holding.
Don't step in one of those holes. Oh my god. You'll break your leg. Wow. In this town of Demre, there's just a million greenhouses, and apparently the biggest crops here are tomatoes, cucumber,
pepper,
chili, like spicy?
Yes. All kinds. Okay. And eggplant. And peaches. I tried the peaches here. I must say, best peach I've ever had in my life. They're so good. I mean, they're like a regular peach, but something about them inside is just different, and it's good. So if you come to this part of the world, try the peaches. So there's a cave up here. Instead of going all the way down and around, we're going to kind of slip through this little hole in the fence here. Anyway, there's a little cave. We can't go inside. It's a wall, so I guess that. But there's tons of people who go inside. There's no sign. I don't want to break the rules, but it'd be a fun little place to go. Oh, you're just going to go in. Is that okay? You can go in? There is no any sign to.
So that means it's okay?
Yeah.
All right, go in there. You tell me what it looks like inside. What do you see?
Nothing special. I mean, a natural cave. No construction inside. Nothing.
Did you see any bats?
No. Nothing.
I just totally got in her photo. I photobombed someone.
Archaeological research is still going on.
They're like digging and looking for other interesting things?
Yeah, maybe. Here. I think they're protecting. Here there should be.
The dig site, maybe.
Yeah. Underneath. You can see.
Oh yeah, there's stuff. Yeah. It's hard to see. There's stuff underneath, but
Greek stuff.
She's missing her eyeballs.
No, they did it on purpose. It is another way. Yeah. There is here. There is the iris. Iris with stick, but it came out.
So here's like another layer down here. And this is probably what they were excavating over there in the arena. Stuff like this is buried deep underneath the ground. And there could be tons of it under us right now, but you just don't see it because we haven't dug there yet. There could be a whole nother layer that we just don't even see right now, which is very interesting to think about.
We're still on the city, this antique city.
Correct.
Maybe 3
because
meters, 4 meters.
There's tons of stuff beneath us that we just have not dug out yet. Like there's a graveyard full of parts. Did they gather all these and stack all these and they're trying to reassemble everything? Is that what they're doing? Like fitting it like a puzzle, a jigsaw puzzle?
Yeah, they're measuring it, and there's also under construction areas. Very hot.
Oh my god, I'm so thirsty. My mouth is like sticking together. I say we stop and get something here. I don't know what we're gonna get. I don't know, something here. So we stopped to get something to drink. You got water. I went with the local fresh squeezed orange juice. He squeezed it right in front of me. I love the orange juice here. I've had it a few times. Oh my god, I'm so thirsty. I can literally feel the liquid go down my throat and like cool my stomach. It's very good.
What do you see?
Awesome, so we just left. We're on our way to go grab some lunch. It was very interesting to see the town where Santa Claus, I guess, grew up and lived and spent some time. What did you think about this area? It was your first time there also.
Mesmerizing.
Mesmerizing?
Good word for that.
Yeah, mesmerizing.
Yeah, I was really surprised to see such an intact ancient city. I like it. Small, full of rooms, amphitheater,
tombs on the wall.
So there's a call to prayer. We can hear it kind of over the loud traffic. What are they saying? God is great, God is great.
Yeah, God is great. God is great. Come to the prayer.
Come to the prayer. And it's all in Arabic, it's not in Turkish.
Yes, Arabic. But people knows what it means, and they know it's time for the prayer.
Awesome, so we just stopped at a restaurant. We're gonna grab some lunch. I got lentil soup, I got rice, some type of meatball, a salad, tea, bread, and then within my salad came a chili. I gave my chili to you because I will die if I eat it, but it's no problem for you?
It makes me hiccup.
Wow, so he's gonna start hiccuping very soon. And then you ordered the same thing, so basically that plus you got like a cucumber thing.
It didn't make me hiccup. I strongly advise you to eat it. Tasty. Very tasty.
It didn't make you hiccup yet.
No. Yeah. I didn't reach the end.
Oh, it just breaks off. All right, I got a piece of chili. He's convincing me. He assured me that I won't die if I eat it. Okay. It's not bad. It's like a regular green pepper, bell pepper. Yeah, it's the same. There's like no spiciness. I literally thought my mouth was going to be on fire. Turns out, at the base of the chili, it gets pretty spicy. So he's trying burnt flavor. Weird, huh? You've had this before?
Şu an abi Turkey's one number popular. Burn ice cream.
Burn ice cream?
Yes.
It's very interesting. I want one cone, but just chocolate's okay. Chocolate.
Chocolate?
Yeah.
Hepsi mi yanlış?
Hayır.
Just one.
No.
But it's not burnt.
Yeah, correct.
Yeah,
just
yes,
chocolate.
is.
I wanted you to taste it, that's it.
Taste.
Awesome. Perfect.
Chocolate.
Thank you.
Ben de bir tane onu.
So we stopped for a moment before we go to the church to get some ice cream on top of the lunch that we just had. I had him try burnt flavor. It's a unique flavor. I don't know how to describe it other than if you could make a burnt charcoal flavor, that is the ice cream. I don't know how else to describe it. It tastes exactly like burnt. Anyway, now I'm dripping everywhere. Chocolate ice cream. The unique thing about... it's going everywhere. The unique thing about the ice cream here is it's very chewy because it's made from goat's milk, and they boil the goat's milk and get rid of a lot of the water first, and then it makes the ice cream very, very thick and chewy. So you got to try the ice cream in Turkey. This texture of ice cream, is this normal in Turkey?
Normal. Good.
This is normal for you?
Yeah.
Okay, so must be in Turkey they make ice cream like this, because in every other country in the world, no, this is the first time I've experienced something like this.
Cheers.
Cheers to Christmas.
Yeah.
Cheers to
Cheers
to Santa Claus.
Santa Claus. It's okay then. Our mutual value.
So it's just basically carbonated mineral water.
It's very nice. I like this.
Welcome to our final destination, which is the church that was built as a way to remember St. Nicholas, or Santa Claus. This statue says it was built in 1981. It says the 16th International Santa Claus Activities and the Call for World Peace, Children on the Path of Peace. And then it says something about 1998, the Santa Claus Foundation of Antalya, Turkey. So I was reading here, and basically the sign says that St. Nicholas, during his time, was known for working with the children, protecting the children, something like that. And his work inspired a lot of people, and his personality spread, something like that. He was born in Patara. He went to Myra, which we just came from, was over there. And then he actually died in this town called Demre, and his tomb is actually right here in this building, and we're going to see that very soon, but don't tell the children. So we made it to the center of the church. I have no idea what happened here. Maybe this is where they did a lot of preaching or praying. I have no idea. We have a little bit of construction here. It's kind of cool. The thing I like the most is the artwork on the ceiling. It's really cool. I don't know how old this place is. I couldn't find that information, or I must have overlooked it, but it's really cool. Or if it has been restored, no idea.
The archaeologist told me about the history of this place, especially in the 13th century. This church was flooded. Yes, a big flood. It's all the earth fell in this building, and all of this part, except for a little part of this, all filled with mud, earth. After then, in the 19th century, Russian archaeologists started to make digging archaeological search. They started, and Turkish archaeologists started 1950s. They started to clear and make it this place, or clear mud. And the artifacts are taken to the museums. In the 12th century, the Christians came to this place, and because of their respect and they are this for sacred, they took the skeletons of Santa Claus to Italy. He said that. I don't know. I'm chemist, by the way.
So it turns out the body is not here. The skeleton was moved. I asked where the official skeleton was found. Even the archaeologist guy here didn't know, but he said people come to here and pray. Possibly it has something to do with this, because it certainly looks like a carved dead body here and a place where he would be inside. So my guess is this is the official location on planet Earth where Santa Claus was buried.
What there are written letters or papers here, everything. Let's try to read them. Yeah, I can't read because different language.
It's kind of interesting. Like you said, since there was a giant flood, a lot of the rooftops and other things are completely gone, and a lot of what you see is restoration. But they do a pretty good job at making it look ancient, like the old style, the old architecture. I think they look at the bottoms and try to mimic it at the top, so that's kind of cool. But there's definitely a fair share of restoration here. So there's a statue here, and if you look at the base of the foot, so many people have touched his feet that the metal is starting to wear down. I'm honestly quite surprised here how many Russians come here. The four signs, we have English, Turkish, German, and Russian. And when I listen to people talking, the majority of all the foreigners walking through here are Russian. I can hear that.
Cheers
Cheers,
Santa Claus again.
Again, Santa Claus, yeah.
Awesome. So today was fun. I visited the birthplace, we visited Myra, and then we also visited the church where his body was found. It's kind of a fun day, I guess. I enjoyed it. What was your favorite part about today?
Ancient city.
The ancient city.
Yeah,
it's cool.
It's a must to visit. Yeah.
I agree. It was a cool place. If you come to this tiny town, make sure you visit all of those things.
And the beach.
Basically, if you go this way about 1 kilometer, you'll reach a beach.
And this restaurant, my friend.
Yeah, and the restaurant. We're back to the same restaurant as before. You know what's interesting? I came to this town by accident. I found a room that was cheaper than other rooms, so I thought, okay, I'll come to this tiny little village, hang out on my computer, and edit for a week. I had absolutely no idea this is the place where St. Nicholas lived and died. I had absolutely no idea. I didn't even know he was from Turkey. Had no idea. So this whole thing turned out to be completely random. Anyway, everything worked out in a weird way. It was fun. And thank you for showing me around and driving in your car and coming with me to explore.
It was my pleasure, my friend.
It was fun.
Yeah.
Thank you. Remember, your time is running out. Start living. Take care.